welcome back to AAQ1. How have you all been this week? It is 4:45 in my watch. What should we do today? Let's learn how to solve the clock. Clocking the clock to solve the clock. Today we are going to learn how to solve the clock. Let's learn about the pieces first and what is a clock. A clock, the Rubik's clock was invented in 1988 and it's a mechanical puzzle. The Rubik's clock is a two-sided puzzle. On each side it has 9 clock dials. Each of these corners are interlinked with one gear. There are 4 pins on each side of the clock. If I push this pin down, if you flip the clock, on the other side it will be up, that pin that I pushed. And on each side, if the clock, let's say that this corner is facing at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock, then on the other side that corner will be facing at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. But if this corner is facing at 11 o'clock, on this side it will be facing at 1 o'clock. Now let's look at these pins. There's 4 pins. If all these 4 pins are down, then only the corners will turn, just like this. This one also, if I choose another gear, all the corners will turn. The bottom gear, it's also the same. And the other gear also, it's the same. And now if any one gear is up, the 4 dials, the clock dial surrounding it will turn. If you turn the nearest gear to the pin, like this is the nearest gear to this pin, then these 4 will turn. But if you do the same with any other gear, then all the corners will turn except the one that is nearest to the pin that is up. If you do 2 gears, the 2 pins up, then the 6 dials surrounding it will turn. And the other gear also. But if you do it with the bottom gears, let's say, then only these 2 corners will turn, the bottom corners. And if there are 3 pins up, then all these gears will turn, all these dials will turn except this corner dial. This one also and this one also. But this gear will nothing will happen to this one. Nothing else will turn, just this one. And if all 4 pins are up, then everything will turn. And if 2 diagonal pins are up, then the bottom pins, then these top pins, the 2 closest gears to it, these ones, this one and this one, if you turn it, then these 7 dials will turn. These 7 dials will turn. And if I do with this one, only these 2 dials will turn. Now let's look at how to solve the clock. First, there are 3 steps. Cross, then cross on the opposite side, and then solve the colors. Let's start with the cross. First, choose any side. I'm choosing this blue side, and then put all the corners down and make sure 12 o'clock is facing towards the top. All these pins are down. So let's start. First, take this center and choose any one of these 4 edges. I'll go with the top one. So I'm going to take this bottom pin and turn this bottom one so that we can match it with this top one. So they both are now at 11 o'clock. So now we're going to push this down. And now we have this one. Now how are we going to do this? We're not going to just pair up the center. We have to make these 2 so this one doesn't get messed up. So we're going to push this pin up and match it up with this clock dial and then put it down. And then now we're going to choose another one like this one. Push this pin up so we can turn these to match this. And we matched it at 5 o'clock. And now we have the last one. For this one we can't put one pin up. We have to put 2 pins up. And then we match it. So this is 2 o'clock and all these are also at 2 o'clock. Now push all the pins up and make them face at 12 o'clock. Now let's make the cross on the other side. So we have made it over here. Now we have to put all the pins up on the side that we have made the cross. And now turn the clock over so that you can see the other side. So now let's start by doing the same thing, but we cannot mess up anything. If for example I do this, then this side's cross will get messed up. So we don't want that to happen. So let's start by choosing any edge. I would choose this bottom one. Then I'm going to push this one up. So make sure, in case if you did the wrong move, just turn the puzzle over and look at the back side. Okay. And now we're going to match it up. So we are going to move this pin. We're going to move this gear so that it matches up. Put it down. Choose another one. I choose this one. So then do this. Take this bottom one. Match it up. And now push this down. Do the same with this one. And match it up at 5 o'clock. There we go. And now do the same thing as we did last time by moving 2 pins up. And if you're having trouble doing this, just trouble like moving it at the bottom, you can flip it all around. And now just look, match this up right there at 2 o'clock. Turn it over and move all the pins up. Now we're going to put all these corners facing at 12 o'clock and all these edges also facing at 12 o'clock. So don't worry about facing this cross at 12 o'clock. Just choose any one pin and push it down like this pin that I chose. Now look at the corner, which is it at 7 o'clock. Now we're going to move not this one to match it up, not this one. We're not going to move it like that. We're going to move the other 3, any of the other 3 you can move to get it at 7 o'clock. Here we go. We're at 7 o'clock and move this up. Now choose another one. This one. This is at 1 o'clock. So we have to do the same thing. Choose any other gear other than this one and move it to 1 o'clock. And now choose another gear and move it to 1 o'clock. Move it to this time. This is 3 o'clock. So these all have to go to 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. And then this last one, move it at 9 o'clock. Move this up and move it to the top. And hope you didn't mess up and solve your clock. Bye. If you like this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, comment on this video, and last but not least, make sure to smash that subscribe button and make the bell ringing so you can get all my notifications.